The MLB trade deadline is just 2 days away. And I would assume, I hope, that the Red Sox are going to make moves. And the only way that you're going to know if they do make moves is if you join the Noti Gang here at the Red Sox Rundown. How do you join the Noti Gang, you might be asking? It's very simple. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and then when you do, you will get prompted on how you want to receive your notifications. Select the all option so that you get notifications every single time we post a video. If the Red Sox make a move, we're going to make a video. Only 9.1% of you currently have your notifications on. Change that today. Be one of the most knowledgeable Red Sox fans on the internet and turn on your notifications for the Red Sox Rundown right now. Welcome into another edition of the Red Sox Rundown. I'm just going to say off the top, if I'm a little flustered today, if I'm stumbling over my words, please forgive me. It is 11:45 at night. I just sat through an hour-and-a-half rain delay to watch the Boston Red Sox absolutely crumble in the bottom of the ninth inning and lose to the Minnesota Twins. So please forgive me if I stumble over a few words or I maybe make a mistake here or there, because I know all of you in the comments like to point out when I make a mistake. So I'm going to ask you to give me a little leeway on this one. That's all I'm going to say. But we're going to talk about a trade idea for Edward Cabrera. The Red Sox were linked directly to Edward Cabrera of the Miami Marlins, and then we will talk about the game at the end of the video. Let's talk about Edward Cabrera. Ari Alexander, who covers the Astros and just the MLB in general out in Houston, had a tweet a few days ago that said the following. He said, Marlins right-handed pitcher Edward Cabrera is drawing interest with the Cubs and Red Sox as teams I've been told like the nasty right-handed pitcher. So let's talk about him. We've talked about him a few times on the channel already, but let me run you through his stuff. These stats were before his outing yesterday, so bear with me. He, at the time, had 88 innings pitched, a 3.48 ERA, 92 Ks, 30 walks, and a 1.239 whip. Again, remember, he did pitch yesterday, so those numbers will change. He's also got team control through 2028, which is something that is very attractive for the teams that are looking out for him. This would be a long play for the Red Sox. Cabrera has never had that fully standout season in Major League Baseball, but the intangibles, the raw stuff is there, and it's interesting enough that if you can get him in a system that actually molds pitchers well, because let's be honest, Miami, they're a struggling franchise, just, to put it lightly, but if you put them in a system with a really talented pitching lab, he could turn into a bona fide 1 or 2 starter in a rotation, and that is something that I think is very, and I mean very, tantalizing to Craig Breslow and the Red Sox. Fish on First is a Miami Marlins publication. They wrote an article on the potential of Edward Cabrera coming to the Red Sox, and here's what they had to say. They said, beyond trying hard to cling to a 2025 AL wildcard spot, the Red Sox are also playing the long game with a young core of star caliber position players. They'll be prioritizing trade candidates that they can build around over pending free agents. Under team control through 2028, Cabrera, fellow Dominican Brian Bayo, and Crochet could spearhead a rotation marked by heat, and more heat for the foreseeable future. If Cabrera were to continue the run of success he's currently enjoying, there aren't many organizations with a checkbook like Boston's to keep him around on a lucrative extension. It's an interesting thought. He's not the number one on my trade list. I have obviously the dream names like the Joe Ryans, Chris Bubich's, whose year is done now, and others, but he is definitely a tantalizing young arm I think the Red Sox would be very interested in. But you let me know, would you trade for Edward Cabrera? T for trade, P for pass. You let me know down below in the comments. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video. So YouTube's probably going to throw you an ad break here in a second. Let the ad play. It helps the channel grow. And while the ad's playing, answer the question for me. T for trade, P for pass. Would you trade for Edward Cabrera? Now, what would a trade look like? I do want to talk real quick about a trade thrown out by Jim Bowden that I think is a little ridiculous. And this is not what it would take. This is just a trade idea that involved Edward Cabrera and the Red Sox that I think is kind of ludicrous. So here's Jim Bowden's trade idea. The Red Sox would receive Edward Cabrera from the Miami Marlins. The Padres, this is a 3-team trade. The Padres would receive Jarren Duran, and the Marlins would receive Ethan Salas and Luis Perales. The Red Sox are the only team that lose this trade, in my opinion. I think the Padres and Marlins both win in this scenario. The Red Sox are giving up Jarren Duran, who is by far their best trade piece, a cornerstone of their franchise, for a, yes, controllable pitcher. I understand that, but then they're also giving a prospect away. That's just not going to work. You should be getting more back if you're giving away Jarren Duran. I think that is an absolute L of a trade by Jim Bowden. And on top of that, Duran's not going to get traded. Rob Bradford put out an article yesterday that basically dispelled every Duran trade rumor we've been talking about over the past few weeks. Here's what Bradford had to say. He said, multiple major league sources have said that the Red Sox are no longer entertaining the idea of trading Jarren Duran, which is an obvious step in the right direction in the eyes of this current clubhouse. And we've talked about this over the last few videos when we were talking about the potential cease rumors. The Marcelo Meyer injury complicates everything. It would have made sense to trade for Duran. If Marcelo Meyer didn't get hurt, you've still got the outfield logjam and a potential, a Joe Ryan or a Chris Bubich if he didn't get hurt, or someone else was available. It's not the world we live in. There is no pitcher that I think is worth Jarren Duran available on the market right now. That is legitimately available. And with the Meyer injury, you no longer have an outfield logjam because Cedon is going to be playing a lot at second base. So standing pat until the offseason is the right move. So that Bowden trade idea is absolutely ludicrous as it was, but now it makes no sense because you're not trading away Jarren Duran. What would it cost? I don't know. I saw rumors around Yostinson Garcia. I've seen multiple different trade ideas, but I don't know. I don't know how to really mock this one. I think if it happens, it's going to be very interesting to see. It's probably just going to be prospects. I don't think any major league talent's going to go back in it. It'll probably be prospects. But one thing we know for sure is that Jarren Duran will not be a part of any trade that happens at the deadline. Are the Red Sox making the right decision not trading Jarren Duran? I think they are, but you let me know. Y for yes and for no. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I want to hear them, and I want to get your take. I think everyone's going to say a resounding Y for yes, but you let me know. Y for yes and for no. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. We're going to talk about the game here in a second. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it's trade deadline week. We are days away from the 2025 MLB trade deadline. And if the Red Sox make a move, I'm hoping they make a move. When they eventually make a move, we're going to make a video. We will make a video. So subscribing is going to keep you up to date with everything happening around the Boston Red Sox. I've been posting multiple shorts a day with the latest rumors around Boston. And then every day we have at least one long-form video recapping all of the news around the Sox. Don't miss out. Make sure you subscribe. Help us get to our goal of 4,000 subscribers by the trade deadline. We are less than 200 away. Join the family today. I really appreciate it. You will not regret it. All right, Red Sox lose 5-4. They get walked off. If you saw my short, you know I kind of crashed out, and I did. I crashed out. Embarrassing. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Richard Fitz looked bad today. 4 innings, 4 hits, only 2 runs, which came on the home run. 3 walks, 2 Ks. His command wasn't there. He led a guy that was hitting .099. His batting average was .099. He left a pitch right down the middle and gave up a 2-run home run. Yeah, it's unacceptable. I'm going to be brutally honest in this recap. The Twins are not a good team. They're not. Don't let their record fool you. Their lineup's not good. Multiple guys hitting just at 200. This Kiersey Jr. was hitting .099 to start the game. He's got his average up to $120. He went 2 for 4 tonight. He was the hero of the night, really. That's pathetic. It was a pathetic pitching performance. It was bad. It was really, really bad. Chris Murphy comes and gives you an inning and a third, gives up a run. Jorge Alcala couldn't find the damn strike zone. He walked 2. He looked legitimately bad. He did not look good at all. He blew the save for the Red Sox at the time. It was bad. It was really, really bad. Bernardino comes in, finishes out an inning. Weiser gives you an inning and a third. And then Jordan Hicks looks god-awful. Now, to his credit, not even to his credit, he threw the night before, and then he had an hour and a half rain delay. I get it. Find the damn strike zone. It's your job. You're being paid to find the strike zone. He gives up a hit to the 9-hole hitter, who again started the game hitting .099. His average was .099. His average wasn't even 100. He gave up a hit. And then he proceeds to hit the next 2 batters on 2 straight pitches to load the bases with no outs. He gets an out, and then Brooksley comes in, pinch hits, 2-run single, walk-off, game over. That's really bad. Really, really bad. It wasn't all bad. It wasn't all just the defense. I mean, it wasn't all just the pitching, though. The offense didn't pull their weight either. Roman Anthony and Alex Bregman and Wilyer Abreu were really the 3 that did anything. You had 10 hits, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them came off of 3 players. Roman Anthony went 2 for 3 with 2 walks. He scored a run, had an RBI. Good day for Roman. He had the clutch RBI in the 9th to give him the lead. That was huge. Big at-bat from him. Alex Bregman, 2 for 5, 3 RBIs, had the huge 3-run home run in the 5th to give him the lead. And then Wilyer went 3 for 4, had a 3-hit day. Other than that, your offense really didn't do anything. You were 3 for 14 with runners in scoring position. You left 9 runners on base. This was a sloppy game that you should have won, but you didn't deserve to win. Thank the Lord that the Texas Rangers lost last night. Because if they won, you would have been out of a wild card spot. Not good. We sat through an hour and a half rain delay to just get walked off in the bottom of the 9th. It's almost midnight here. I got to go to work tomorrow. I'm pissed. I'm not happy. Craig, if you're watching, I doubt you are, but if you are, go make a damn trade. Because obviously this team's not good enough to be a playoff team. Obviously, there are holes in this team. Obviously. You have 2 days. You have 2 days until the trade deadline. The market's already hot. Trades have been happening. Stop thinking you're smarter than everyone else. Stop. Go make a damn trade. Okay? You got burned last year. The trades didn't work. That doesn't mean you don't make trades now. We need a bat. Desperately. We need another starting pitcher. Desperately. And my God, now we need bullpen help. Craig, this is a playoff team. I know it is. But they need help. They are crumbling. They are gasping for air. They need help, Craig. Go make a trade. That's where I'm going to end it. Do the Red Sox win the series, yes or no? I still think they do. I do not think this Twins team's a good team. I don't think they're a good team. I mean, Woods Richardson looked bad today, and they weren't even able to really hit him. His 3 runs came off of the Bregman homer. He looked bad. I mean, that's just bad on your offense. That is bad on your offense. They only put up 4 runs today. That's bad. But you let me know, do they win the series, yes or no? I'm still going to say yes. I think they do. Because, again, the Twins team's bad, but it is what it is. That's it. I'm done. I got to edit this, schedule it, and then I'm going to bed. I'm exhausted. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch. Thank you for bearing with me in today's video. I'm at a loss for words. I'm legitimately like still blood boiling. You guys know I film these videos right after the games, so my blood is still boiling after this game. I am legitimately mad. So I thank you all so much for watching this video. Again, subscribe. We're so close to 4,000 subscribers. That is the goal by the trade deadline. And I promise you, if they make a move, we will make a video. So subscribe, join the family. We'll see you next time. And until next time, go Sox.